Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, we should be live now. Let's see. Wouldn't be a Christian without all these errors. Are we back? What I'm doing, Brendan, is having stream issues. The stream keeps crashing. So if you're getting notifications, it's not intentional. It's the stream crashing. It happens. It happens. Anyone that knows me knows that anything that can go wrong does go wrong. We just have to deal with it. It may even crash again. So just give it a second. We're going to give it a minute to see if we can't get things stabilized. Yeah, Brendan, it's OBS has kind of been shit in the bed. So I think things are stable now. You should be able to hear me. You should be able to see me. I should be on TikTok too. I don't know who's brave enough to test that for me. All right. Dare I say that we've got things stabilized? Boom, boom. Okay. I see you, Aaron. Did y'all win any today? Y'all look like y'all were on the struggle bus a little bit. I know, Volgar. I think Volgar, you said something about a title with Warzone. What the Sigma? That's true. Where's Rohan? He's still here. We missed all that traction. Missed the 20 gifted. All right, let me take this, see if I can adjust it. I thought I took some of the stuff off the screen for TikTok. There we go. Yeah, we're just gonna adjust TikTok a little bit. There we go. These are the Moondrop Blessings 2 IEMs. They don't make them anymore. They have a newer version, but these are pretty good. I like them. From when I was playing Warzone, I thought they worked pretty fine, and I don't have that dent in my head anymore from the Astro A50s that I wore for the past few years. No big map. Okay. I wanted to talk to y'all about what's going on in the skies, but I know Rohan had been traveling for work the past couple of weeks, and I don't know, he said it'd been hectic for him. What's good over there in the U.S.? Y'all good? How do y'all feel about what's happening right now? Is it business as usual for you guys? Is there anyone panicking? And by panic, I don't mean like, oh my gosh, like the world is ending, but like, anyone feel nervous? Like, are y'all feel like it's just, the news is making a big deal? Because everyone I talk to over here they're asking me to weigh in on what's happening in the U.S. I'm curious as to what y'all think. Because the rest of the world has a lot of things to say. That hits home, Serenity. You scared? You want to go home, but you am home. Yeah, I feel you on that. You're not panicking? Okay. Why, Brennan? And I'm not saying the right answer is to panic, but like you feel, so you're not panic. You feel like this is business as usual and things are just kind of flared up. I got my own views on it. I got some views on it. Appreciate you, Sour. Appreciate you. I think you may be the only person, Brennan, that's made that statement that they're not panicking. I think there's people kind of panicking for different reasons that are concerned for different reasons. But I'm curious, like you feel like things are stable, things are good, things are awesome. Because so for instance, do I feel the panic that I feel is with travel, right? Being out here in Singapore, for what my wife and I both do, like we're gonna be doing a whole lot of traveling, and yeah, okay. I mean, I like that approach. So for me, Brennan, worry means concern. Like it's hard to do to work in the space I work in. So there are people that I think are fortunate enough to just say, I'm gonna turn off the news. I'm not gonna worry about anything. I can't do that, right? I have to be aware of geopolitical happenings, trends, whether it's insurrections, whether it's tariffs, or whether it's all these different things, right? I can't. I would love to detox, right? But the circles that I move in and the things, like, I have to be able to have coherent thoughts about some of these things. I think what I like your approach, being ready to adapt. I think that's important, especially when it comes to AI. I get asked a lot of questions about AI these days, and I'm just like, whether you like it or not, whether you approve of it or not, you got to adapt, right? You don't travel as much, Nick. Yeah, I'll say this, right? And so I worked at a certain company, because this has crashed my stream before. I worked at a certain company that starts with B and ends with G before. So do the math on that, connect that. I do think if you say certain words, certain things get flagged. So I worked at a company that starts with B and ends with G before. The nature of what I know about that will never allow me to feel totally comfortable with everything, especially if you travel, because there's so much that's still happening there, that they're still reeling from the effects of leadership that they ousted. So there's that, right? What's happening right now, I think there's a product of certain planes being in the sky that are having mechanical issues, but there's also things that there's no good explanation for. I'm not an expert on a lot of different things, right? And so I try to refrain from making definitive statements about things, but when a military vehicle does what it did, there's no, we're all my aviation friends and everyone that I know, we're just kind of waiting and seeing, but just certain things look kind of alarming. And the rest of the way the rest of the world views the U.S. right now, they have questions. They have questions in terms of certain things that are happening. So in terms of stability, this is probably the least stable I've seen things for a while. The least stable I've seen things for a while, right? What happened with DeepSeek is interesting, right? Now, there's people that have this viewpoint, right? So we'll get into it. If that's what y'all want, we'll get into it. There's people that have this viewpoint that a certain country, starts with C, released DeepSeek. We all see what happened with NVIDIA, flooded the market. All these billionaires are concerned. I got a slightly different viewpoint on it. I can tell you right now, that country that starts with a C, they are not worried about small fish. They're not. They're not concerned with that. They have bigger fish to fry. That was an accident. Not even an accident. That was a side project, by the way. DeepSeek was a side project. And the fact that they released a side project and what it's able to do, and like the fact that it's open source, is, if you know anything about AI, that's kind of insane. That's kind of insane. Now this was a big topic of debate on the cybersecurity call I had Friday. There's lots of concern about what we're doing with this, and the amount of people that are just freely just dumping their information into it. It's weird. It's weird, right? And what I can say is that when you look at the military crash, Brennan, look at the big picture. AI, the integration of AI and the integration of global systems is a problem, in that there was a worldwide outage. I think Belgium flights got grounded all over the country. There were airports that had flights being grounded. Now, when we looked at what happened with the cybersecurity kind of update meltdown that we had a couple months ago, if you guys remember all that stuff that happened with CrowdStrike, right? That was a cause for concern, right? But like, when your power grid and your country systems and airports and air traffic controllers are all kind of tied to these systems integration, you got to start asking questions. Either the people that are running these systems are inept, or either we're under attack, either things are being tested, right? And so I think there's evidence for a lot of different theories that I think I've seen people have, right? What's up, Jack? How you doing? You know, I don't know how many of you guys know anything about Blackhawks, right? But again, if you understand the company that I used to work for, there's the commercial airline space, and then there's the military side, right? And these machines are some of the most advanced things I've ever seen in the world. And I don't encourage, there's people that lost, first off, there's people that lost loved ones in this whole unfortunate incident. I can't imagine what they're going through. I don't encourage anyone watching the footage, but like, you can't have seen that footage and thought like, this is okay. Like, this is normal. I'm about to join the army yourself. Okay. Oh, when are you joining the army, Brennan? What I will say, there's oftentimes there's a story behind why these things are happening, right? I've been abreast of the training incidents that I think we've seen happen, but like, when you start to mix that with what's happening with civilian aircraft, that should not and cannot happen unless one of a few things are going horribly wrong. Either there are people on these vehicles that are of interest that are being targeted. That's really concerning, right? If civilians have become collateral damage in that matter, that's scary, right? Either there are things in the sky that should not be there that's disrupting these flights. That's even more concerning. Or either the quality control and the mechanical malfunctions are to blame for all this. All three things at this particular stage of society and advancement are really, really concerning and should be concerning. They're really concerning. Yeah, it's an interesting time. Yeah, like I said, I think you got to do what you got to do. But the way the rest of the world is looking at the U.S. right now, in terms of the choices that are being made, we're not doing ourselves any favor, right? Trade and commerce are at the center of a lot of these different decisions, and like it seems like an interesting time to be alive. I won't call out some of my past dreams, but like, I don't like being right about some things. But it looks like we are. Let's see what you got, Nick. Do I think it's possible or probable that AI will cross the point of no return? Have you read any books on AI, Nick? I'd say there's a book that people should read. It's called The Coming Wave. The author's name is Suleiman, and he talks about the coming wave of AI. There's no stopping it, right? There's no stopping it. We've already crossed the point of no return, right? For people like myself and Rohan, right? We get sick of the term generative AI. Generative AI this, and companies are just throwing money at it. That $500 billion investment. So let's just keep it simple here. AI at its concept as a tool for being more productive is phenomenal, but too much of a good thing and a thing that's implemented with no guardrails is very dangerous, right? It's a competition right now amongst nations to see who can advance the furthest, who can have control over the market. And that has created a very contentious competition, I think. So I think that it's phenomenal. These tools are phenomenal. I use them. Other people use them. Now, whether people are using them responsibly, they're not, right? But I think it's setting a dangerous precedent, and we're going down a road that we can't turn back from. So I think the next nexus with AI is going to be really, really telling. I think we're already past that point of no return. You can't put the cat back in the bag. You can't. Now it's just about who can push forward the most, right? Okay. Read that book. Check out that book, right? That book is not a very technical book, but Altman has his own views about the future of AI. Suleiman has his views. Everyone has their own views, but read that book. I would caution you to maybe balance it with maybe watching something that's a little bit more cheerful, because the book is very much doom and gloom, right? But it's not a book that's just, this guy didn't just write this book to get everyone to panic, right? So it's a good book to read. What do I think about Elon Musk? Sheesh. Never been a fan. Never been a fan. Never been a fan. I don't know. I think that there's something to be said about people that have the resources and have the ability to recognize talent and hire people that are intelligent and just take ideas or latch themselves onto idea and represent themselves as a certain thing. But if there are any Elon Musk fans out there, right? Anyone that knows me knows that I'm not afraid to engage into a debate or conversation about anything, right? But I'll give you this. As I pour my heart out to you, I'm a big advocate for neurodivergence, and I get it. There are people out there. Anyone that knows me in real life knows that I gravitate towards loners sometimes, or people that are socially awkward, right? I tend to, when I'm at functions, right, whether it's fancy functions here in Singapore or nowhere in the world, right, I gravitate towards people that may have a hard time connecting with folks, right? Because I've been there. I want to say that you don't get to the level of success to where you're arguably one of the richest men on the planet, and you're not used to a spotlight, right? So we're not going to make this just about the salute, but like, I've not heard an argument yet that explained that gesture that he made. I'm going to take it. I'm going to double click on something, right? So when we talk about fundamental character flaws, right, we can all agree that, like, if we play Warzone, cheating in Warzone, like, it's like a special kind of fucking stupid. It's like a special kind of person, right? So there's lots of cheaters in Warzone. You're like, why would someone cheat? Like, if you're cheating on a game that's free to play, that you don't get paid for a living, it kind of shows some sort of insecurity, right? So riddle me this. This man, like, you asked me what I feel about him, right? And we're not even gonna get into the deeply political stuff, right? I see some serious flaws in that the online game that he claimed to be elite, one of the best in the world at top 1%, he does not play that game like that. What kind of person has the amount of resources, is arguably one of the most powerful, influential people in the world, whether you like it or not, lies about a damn video game, and then gets online to stream said game? And it is clear to people, because people that play these games, is not, Warzone is like an easy game to play, but some of these, like whether we're talking World of Warcraft and some of these different games, the nerds know. You can't fool the nerds. Why lie about that? Is that not does that not concern anyone? There are people that I've met that just want so badly to be liked. Like they just want to be liked, but no matter how much money they get, no matter how much power they get, they still just end up not being the cool kid in the room. And there's some fan people out there, right? And again, I'm not saying that he's not accomplished. I'm not saying that he's not intelligent, any of that stuff. But man, there's just some flags there for me that I'm not a fan. Not even a fan of Tesla, the car, the vehicle. If you look at BYD, if you look up those vehicles, that's the number one electric vehicle here. You compare the two, there's no contest. There's no contest between the two vehicles. None. So I'm curious if we got fans in the chat of him. Why? What makes you a fan? Hey there, Tindo, how you doing? What makes you a fan of him? I'm curious. Because in my line of work, right there, they're what I call ideal customer profiles and ideal candidate profiles, to where if I'm interviewing someone, whether we're talking like Microsoft, Google, or whatever team it is that I'm running, there are certain, I like to let a person dictate through their answers and through discourse and through conversation, like, are you a good fit for this particular role? But there are certain things and certain questions that you can ask someone, and certain ways you can shape the conversation where you can expose some fundamental flaws. Right. And so there's always an ideal candidate profile when you're hiring people. And then there's always an ideal customer profile, to where if I'm selling cloud or I'm selling like AI, whatever it is, right, does what I have to offer, does my solution fit this person? Can we exist? And there are red flags that show that this is not a good match. Right. And so when it comes to him, there are just things that I just see that I'm just like, What's my favorite ride? Oh, man, I like Mercedes. I mean, I had a big ass truck when I was living in Texas. I had a Raptor, like a tricked out Ford Raptor that was fun, right? But Mercedes AMG GTR, like if like money was no object and it was practical, which may be at some point when my kids are older, right? I love. I'm not a speed demon. I like the ability to go fast, but I also like luxury and comfort. Love those vehicles. Love those vehicles. The whole electric vehicle thing, that bug has not bit me because they're not as beneficial as people think they are. And I'm just waiting. When we were living in the US, I was waiting on the EV industry to really, really flush out, because I don't like Teslas, not even just from a look standpoint, just from a product and quality standpoint. I'm not buying the hype. I don't buy into it at all. I don't buy it. What camera am I using, Coop? The Sony A6400. I got 3 cameras, right? I'm going to be switching to the Sony A7 III. I just need a better lens for it, right? But all my cameras are Sony. What's up, Nameless? How you doing? What do you think about Musk? You asked me, what do you think about him? And as far as the U.S. is concerned, guys, I wish I could say it was just about inferior parts, right? I wish I could say it was about inferior, like maybe, said company put out a bad batch of planes, but that's not it. It's almost as if we're in some sort of conflict or Cold War. That's what it feels like to me, almost. Lamborghini or I've never been a big Lambo person. Hype tends to get brought down by reality. Yeah, Nick. I've been in the room with a lot of these people, right? And I can tell you that there are a lot of millionaires out there. A lot of guys that are in powerful positions for these companies, whether we're talking banks or tech companies, that are not as impressive as we think they are, as some people would like to think they are. Yeah. I'm trying to say what I can say without getting into territory that I probably shouldn't be delving in. Let's just say that if certain people, certain polarizing public figures that are being placed on the pedestal here and should not be there, right? Either you have 2 things going for you, right? In my book, right? Either you are that advanced and you are that intelligent and you're a strategist, right? You're able to bring a product and bring a concept to the world that is helping the world, that is enabling the world, and you're doing it with, even if you do it with largesse, right? You're doing it with true altruism. I think there's something to be said about that. Or either, are you a good person, right? Do you have a fundamental empathy for the people that work for you, the people whose lives you impact, the people whose lives you are shaping? And it's just, there's a certain social responsibility that I think that leaders owe to people. You just do. When you are in leadership and you're on the forefront and people can see your actions, right? I'm not saying you have to go around being, pussified and apologizing for everything, right? Stand 10 toes down on the things that you believe in, right? But be very clear about what you believe in and what you stand for. I'm not a big fan of people doing certain things that can be construed a certain way. And the eye of public opinion, right? People can make mistakes. I'm not above making mistakes, right? But to make such an egregious gesture, and it's not just about the gesture for me, right? But it's indicative of a certain character profile with this guy, and the arrogance with which to act as if you cannot be questioned, right? But then they pick and choose, just socially awkward, neurodivergent. Okay, this person's in the room with billionaires. This person is controls so much, and you mean to tell me that we don't have that dialed in? This guy doesn't have a team around him that's like, hey, probably not a good idea to lie about being number one on a video game, right? And clearly get busted when you're online as if it's obvious that you paid someone to level up that game. Like, why is one of the most powerful people in the US clearly paying someone to act like he's good at a video game? That's some serious shit right there. I'd be concerned that person had a whole lot of power. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, Slaughter. It's a lot of crazy stuff happening right now. I think his power's getting too large. Well, everyone's vying for power, right? Everyone's vying for power. When you are not, people that are not, I've known people that are not liked. By not liked, meaning like they don't know what to do in certain situations, right? And keep in mind, here's what's dangerous about where we're at now in 2025, right? It's like there was a time where you could pick on the nerd, and you could talk all kinds of shit about a person, and you could pick on the nerd or the quiet kid, right, with little to no consequences. However, nowadays, right, it's probably not a good idea, right? Because said nerd can come back and do what's happening in the U.S. right now in schools, right? Or that person can hold a grudge and come back and get revenge in some way, shape, or form. Like, he just puts me in the mind of someone that he was America's darling for a while. And I think that character flaws and certain things are showing through. And it's how this person cavorts, how he acts when people are not fans of his. That's just dangerous, right? And it's just that much power. It's just insane. Just insane. I can't wrap my head around it. I can't. And I think it depends. Like, if you feel like, oh my gosh, like, and anyone that knows me on this channel, I don't really promote living in fear and stuff like that. Do what you can control, right? For us, we were just like, look, coming to Singapore wasn't about escaping the U.S., right? It was about what was best for us. Now, we did feel a relief of certain tension and a release of certain pressure, right? And then there are some people, like, I've commented on certain things online, right? And certain people have like been like, well, if you like Asia, you go stay in Asia. We don't need you here in the U.S. Well, okay. Like, okay. You got a Sony ZVE-10. Right on. You like that? Thoughts on planes? I covered that, Tendo, earlier. Thanks for liking that live, y'all, on TikTok. It's not natural. And so I've said, Tendo, that I'm trying to, let me put TikTok window because I want to make sure I'm not missing chat. I said a couple things, Tendo, and I'll recover it for you. I love it, Slaughter. I'll get to that in a second. There's three possibilities, right? I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on this whole, these planes issues, Tendo, but like, again, I used to work for a place that starts with B, ends with G, and saw some things, just how the company was run overall that was just very, very concerning. And for the last 20 years, said company has been allowed to kind of run amok and just kind of have a monopoly and not being called on a lot of their shit. And at some point, the general consensus that I expressed and other competent leaders there were just that the wheel's going to fall off at some point. And then the CEO of that company was ousted, but they're still trying to come back. So either it's a fundamentally mechanical issue, which there's some plausibility that should be very concerning, right, Tendo? Second possibility, things are in the sky that shouldn't be in the sky. And there's some sort of interference, or dare I say it for lack of a better term, there's some sort of Cold War. There's something else taking these things down, interfering with air traffic control, causing these different disruptions in which America may be at battle with certain entities. That's a panic, right? And again, I'm being vague on purpose because, you know, my streams get taken down for a lot of different things. But if there's ever any trolls that wants to go deeper, just look at my background, then you'll understand, right? That I'm not just talking out of my ass. Third thing is that we have a systematic issue. A systematic issue. The things like our fundamental systems, whether we're talking air traffic control and these things, are under attack. And that's not a good look. That's not good at all. And or the people that are on these planes, right? It used to be that you get on a plane, if you're a nervous flyer, you know, is the engine going to work? Is it going to malfunction? Now it's like, okay, well, who's on the flight with me? And if we're at the stage to where there are civilians that are being unfortunate enough to lose their lives because they're collateral damage, then that's really, really concerning. I don't think that you can look at all three of those and say that it's nothing, right? Because I know people now, executives, that have had no issue, right? There's certain times in my career I've had to get on a plane like even twice in 1 week, right? There are people now that I know that have no flight anxiety whatsoever that are just like, well, what the fuck? Right. Not to mention people that I know in the industry that are pilots and stuff like that. And like, I won't even be, the back channels are back channeling is all I'm going to say about that. And there's lots of theories, right? And there's lots of different narratives about what's going on, what's happening. But, you know, it's concerning. It's concerning. As someone that has to get on a plane a lot, it is concerning. And I'm not okay with it. I'm not. But there's nothing I can do to control it, right? But it's very concerning. How I feel about us. Brennan, it's not about getting in trouble. It's because I don't know which streams. If you go back and look at some of my streams, I've weighed in on certain things. I've weighed in even over a year ago, some things that I think were going to happen. I think where we're going to end up. And I have to be careful about saying certain things, right? Because I've worked in roles where I've signed NDAs, right? And although I may not work for these companies anymore, you have to be, there has to be a certain corporate responsibility in that, like, I just try to be careful how I tie myself to certain things, right? Because certain topics do, believe it or not, like things are monitored. What you put on the internet, it's monitored, right? And so that's why I'm being kind of, you know, weird about how I say it, because I've literally been on stream saying some things, right? Because we've done these streams called conspiracy theory streams. We don't go too deep into this stuff, but like I just talk about my observations of the world, right? And stream will get taken down or it'll crash or something like that. Not that I'm that important to anyone on anyone's radar, right? But it's just because I worked at these places, I try to be responsible about what I say and how I say it. Singapore is good, Slaughter. We like it. We love it. I think the new channel, the videos I have on the new channel cover why, right? But it's just been phenomenal. The people have been great. You know, it's not perfect. No place is perfect, right? There's things that take some getting used to, and it's an adjustment period. But we love it. The kids are safe. They feel safe. The kids are thriving. We met some wonderful people. We're making wonderful friends. I am like on a super duper networking track, right? In that I'm really doing my best to spend. I've been fortunate enough, I think in 3 months, I've probably covered what it takes some people 3 years to do in terms of the network I'm building and the conversation I'm having. Right? Because I came to Asia not to just be a typical expat, right? Some would say I'm a migrant, right? I came to really thrive here, but I came to understand, right, what's happening here, right? And Singapore is at the center of a lot of different developments, a lot of different. They've got a pretty good outlook here in terms of what we're doing in terms of AI, the tech space here. right? As does Greater Asia, right? And so naturally being here, it's close to like Thailand, it's close to Vietnam, right? It's close, relatively close to Japan and other parts of the world, right? So it's a really cool thing to be here, and we're enjoying it, right? It's a very well-run nation, outcome-based government, right? Very efficient, very clean. We don't have any vehicles. Public transportation is great. My son is working out twice a day, playing basketball on multiple teams, and he's just navigating on his own. Like I can send him to the store at midnight to go get something. We can have him go out with his friends, and we don't worry about if he comes home or not. And so, yeah, those are just a few of the things that it's just been phenomenal. It's been great out here. You didn't follow up on the drones over New Jersey. Do I have any thoughts about the incident? If I can talk about it, the drones, I think, are. I think we're past the point. I think there was a point. What annoyed me about the whole drone situation is that we were at a point where people were in denial. People were saying, well, it's just a personal drone. It's a government thing or whatever it is. I think there's enough footage out there to where there shouldn't be anyone out there that still thinks that this is just made up or it's just a hoax or whatever it is. To me, the government is being very dodgy about it. I do think that there's some military tech involved, but I think it's deeper than just that, right? Some of the things that we're seeing, there's an intentional vagueness. I think the government is aware. I've not been happy with the response I've seen from the government at all, right? There's some people that are tying these things to the fires. Certain people are tying them to what's going on with airplanes, right? And the truth is none of us know the truth for sure. It is something though. It's something, Nick, like it's something. You cannot just have this many people looking up into the sky and seeing these things for which there's no explanation. Some things you can explain, right? And here is the problem with, you heard me talk about generative AI. So let me tell you a little bit about how generative AI has kind of flooded the market with things, right? So for instance, I don't know how many of you go to Reddit or use Reddit. Reddit is like, I think, a phenomenal source for information at times, right? And now it's to the point to where if you go online, you go on the internet, you got Reddit, you got Facebook, or any of these different platforms, you don't know what's real people and what's AI, right? And it's to the point to where it's just overwhelming, right? And so I think the biggest problem with these drones is just that for every good, clear footage that we get, or someone has a good, coherent answer on what it possibly could be, the internet's flooded with like conspiracy theories and alternative theories, some of which are stupid, some of which are plausible, right? But if you have monitored the government response on it, you can't say it's nothing. They're saying a whole lot of nothing, but like typically they brush these sorts of things out before, like, oh no, it's just someone's personal drone. Like we got to know that that's not the case, right? At all. It's something more. It's something more. And I think what the answer is, it's likely some things that are, advanced technology that we aren't aware of. It's some things that are probably could be otherworldly. Who knows? Could be other entities. It could be a number of different things. Oh, right on, Nick. Right on, Nick. Well, thank you for being here. Well, welcome. I see a lot of people, right? I don't know. I think it's important. I think the biggest complaint, I was talking to a friend about this. The biggest complaint I have right now is that you should not be getting all your information from me or someone like me, right? You should be. I think what bothers me about America, right? And as an American, I can say this is that there's hardly we're losing the war on being informed. And by being informed, I mean being able to have a coherent conversation about something, being able to look at a topic or an event, critically think about it, and then be able to have a conversation about it. People don't read anymore. People don't know how the network works. People don't know how the internet works. They'd rather watch a TikTok or some soundbite and regurgitate that, right, than just actually take the time to understand how it works, right? Actually take the time to be well informed, actually take the time to understand where China is on the map, where Singapore is on the map, be able to pinpoint parts of Europe, be able to sit down and read a policy, have a thought on foreign policy, right? Whether you voted for Trump or not, whether you voted for Biden or not, right? Do you know their policy? Can you articulate it? Can you read it? Can you form a coherent thought about it that wasn't from some sort of news outlet that has its own bias and influence? And I think that's where we're getting into trouble, right? AI should not be AI should make our lives easier. It should augment certain tasks, but it should not be our fundamental core for how we get information, right? And even the school educational system is just insane, right? Kids are dumb. I think this generation coming up they have such potential. They're not bogged down by the biases and some of the shortcomings that we have, but like they're not being fed, or there's a war for like what we want to feed them, right? What history, what version of history do we teach them, right? To where I think we're losing our ability to critically think as a society and make good decisions. That's crazy to me. That's wild. But I don't think society's far gone. I think that, I just want people to wake up. No, they can't, Brennan. They can't. They can't. I've seen so many people. Everyone's got a YouTube now. Everyone's got a page where they're talking about things that they just don't have any business talking about. And I think that's just disturbing. That's disturbing. And even if you don't know the answers, just be able to just kind of look at things as they are, right? Like you could take a data-driven approach, right? And you could look at statistically what's happening with air travel, right? As well as vehicle travel, right? And you can map it out, right? The truth is that flying is still a safe way to travel. It just is. It just is. But when you factor in the different factors and what's happening right now, right, in terms of commercial airlines, right, where people are like, it's a cause for concern. And here's the thing, right? I've seen some people throw out certain irresponsible statistics, right? When your life is in the hands of a pilot, right, which shout out to all pilots who they want to get home to their families too, right? So it's like asking yourself, if let's just say there's like a 0.01% chance something will go wrong, and you increase 0.01 to point whatever it is, like maybe increase it by a couple points. Are you willing to be the small number of people, or large, depending on how you look at it, that are in that delta? Right? Like, I think if we look at the number of people that lost their lives, I think over the past 3 days, right? I mean, is 30 acceptable? Is 60 acceptable? I just don't like those odds. Just don't like those odds, right? And all these things are they correlate with each other. Like tariffs. Like, how many people understand tariffs? Like, really understand tariffs? Like, it's like when you enforce certain policies and you enforce certain things, there is an effect, right? I'll say this and I'll leave this topic alone. Like, you look at Asia. Not all of Asia gets along, right? But there's certain nations in Asia that are dependent upon the others. And when you have trade and commerce and people are impacted, you can't just say, hey, we beefing, right? You got to find a way to coexist. It's the same thing in the technology industry, right? I used to work for Cisco. We competed with Microsoft in certain veins and forms. We didn't like them, but we had to work together. We had to get certain things from them. They had to get certain things from us. That's how it works, right? But when you make decisions, right, and decisions are being enforced that don't have the longer term view, right? What is that? Oh, okay. There's no space, maybe right there. From where? Okay. That's all I'm saying. Like, I long to see like people understand, because again, I'm not talking about one individual's decisions. I just don't think there's a lot of people out there with definitive opinions that like can't tell me like, okay, well, if you approve of that particular policy, or maybe even a tariff, right? Can you tell me the long-term implications of it? Not saying it's right or wrong. Be able to articulate that, or do your research, right? I think if you look, what's up, Treyas? How you doing? If you look inside the U.S., right, it's bigger than just the U.S., right? I think is what bothers me ultimately, right? I think that I'm very fortunate to be born in America, and I was born into a lot of privilege, I think, in the sense of being an American and the way certain countries operate. But like, I am under no illusion that America is making the right decisions all the time. That's all I'm saying. And I'm just saying that it's probably important to get outside of your bubble, and look up news and understand how the rest of the world sees you, how the rest of the world sees America, how you're acting, what you're doing. Not just one person, just the overall sentiment. People are getting on Twitter and saying all these things and celebrating certain decisions without understanding the implications of those decisions. Some of the decisions have been good ones, some of them bad ones, depends on who you are, right? But the overall sentiment, it's like being an Uber driver. If you're an Uber customer, there's a rating that you have where other drivers see your rating and they're just like, And all I'm saying is like to be so arrogant to think that your rating doesn't matter is wild to me. It's wild to me. Never say never. Like there's a lot of people out there that's just like, so what, I live in the greatest nation in the world. Everyone else needs to figure their shit out. And they don't stop asking themselves, like, maybe we're not the biggest kid on the playground anymore. Yeah, Nick, like, and that's not just about, like, again, there's some people that will take what I'm saying and then they'll be like, okay, well, he's not patriotic or he's not whatever. That's not the case. I'm a global citizen. I just am. And I'm proud to be that way. Right. And the reason I say that I'm a global citizen is because I have friends from all over the world. I like to see those friends in different parts of the world. I like for my kids to be able to navigate between different parts of the world without negative implications, right? I think as a society, we got enough things that we have to face in terms of all being humans to where we got an interesting 10 years coming up. I like to see us all take that on together, but anything that preaches divisiveness, I'm just not here for it, right? So you need to be able to think from the perspective of another, beyond that picket fence. I think to be able to understand the big picture of it. Where am I? I'm in Singapore. It is 4:14 p.m. here in Singapore, Treyas. Been here since November? Yeah, been here since early November. Getting geared up to watch the Super Bowl here. Was that next week? I don't have a dog in the fight in terms of Super Bowl. I do. I live here in Singapore. Yep. I live here, Treyas. I've been disconnected from American sports right now. And so for that reason alone, I'm watching the Super Bowl. And it's a big deal to watch it. They have these private clubs here. So they have like the American club. There's different Singapore clubs. Like when I say club, they're like social clubs for people in the tech space, in the business space and political space. I mean, it helps to have a spot you can go to take customers and stuff like that. So the American club is a pretty big one here. And got invited, and it's hard to get a table there. And got invited to watch the Super Bowl there. It'll be like 7 a.m. for me. So, I'll probably be drinking some like screwdrivers or something. I've been here since November. When you first met me, Treyas, I think you first popped up on the stream. I was streaming from Texas. Austin, Texas was the last place I lived before moving to Singapore. Check Discord. What am I missing? Why is Discord not coming up for me? I can't check Discord. Ball and Brutal, shut up, Ball. Oh crap! This is you, Leo. Oh, that's you, Leo. Oh yeah, I got you, Leo. We'll do that. Yeah, so we're gonna watch the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, do what you need to do. I'm going to give you access. Don't have a dog in the fight. No, I want Kansas City to lose. I won't pretend to be a big NFL fan. I appreciate you, Treyas. I don't like. Okay, so those of you who are big football heads, like, is there something to the conspiracy that the Chiefs are being helped out? I mean, I've seen Mahomes get some. I'm not questioning if he's a great player. He's clearly a great player. But like, do y'all feel like the league wants them to win? I've seen like what's the dude from Barstool Sports said he's done with the NFL. How do y'all feel about that? Y'all feel like this is being forced, like it's rigged? Shut up. Lee, are you good? I think I see you moving around. I don't see you moving around, but yeah, Trey. I mean, if you look at the whole of place that I live, Trey, it's like, yeah, I bounced around, like, because even before Austin, Texas, we were in Seattle, Washington, and we moved across the country from Seattle to Austin in like the middle of the pandemic, right? You know, so we've always been like, you know, who knows? You check in 3-4 years, it could be Dubai. You just don't know. Your favorite team, Brennan? You feel like y'all get some help, or you feel like that's BS? You feel like y'all earned it all? The Taylor Swift stuff annoys me. I mean, I like Mahomes, but like, not to make it personal, but like, I don't like people around him. Like the antics, like the wife, the brother, all that stuff. Like, just, I mean, do you? But the whole Taylor Swift stuff, that all just stinks to high hell, if you ask me. Oh, let me check Discord, Leo. I think we're good now, Leo. But if something looks off, feel free to adjust anything. Mahomes and the Swifties. What games y'all playing right now? Like, I don't have a game to play. A friend of mine is trying to get me to try Warframe. And in preparation for trying that game, I've been watching videos on it. Like, I don't know how I feel about it. There's a couple of interesting games I have my eye on, but they're not out yet. Warzone's so bad. Like, I'm even tired of like the whole like swag, and I mean, I'm glad all these streamers are speaking out about it and they're trying to fix the game. I don't think it's possible, but like, I'm tired of the videos about it too, like swag and Joe, and they're all just like, it's over and all this stuff. I'm like, well, is it over? I can't get into Rivals, Treyas. I can't get into it. Maybe it's because I'm old. Yeah, Grimace. It's just Rivals. Do I ever watch WWE? No. Sniper Elite, is that a game? I watch Rivals. Like, I watched it. Like, I tried it on stream. Didn't go so well. But like, who's that dude? You let me know when I'm good. Comment in the stream when I'm good, Leo, to close any desk too. I watched Tim the Tatman play it. I'm not entertained. I'm not. I think it's cool how like nature, like seeing like you got DPS and all this different stuff or whatever. I think that sounds cool, and if that entertains people for hours, right? Great. I played that shit for like I played for like an hour, y'all. I was done. I was done, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Your boy's cooked. Like I'm cooked, and like I'm like, am I just? I think I'm just bad at the game. And like, I think with any game, it takes time and patience. But like, I think even if I gave it time, I'd still be bad. And if there's a way for me not to be bad, I don't want to be good because I just didn't enjoy it. Like, I see people play it for hours and they're playing ranked and then they're doing the different strategies. The map seems small to me, right? It just does not interest me. And that sucks because it looks like people are having fun doing it. I don't know how much of that is fueled by just the Warzone abuse, but like, I just don't think it's for me, you know, like, and it's very difficult. It's very hard. My son plays it, right? Like he plays it and he just makes it look good and he makes it look fun for him. But like, I don't know, y'all. Okay. I'll close it. Thank you so much. If anyone ever has any issues with, OBS or stream in general, and you want, First off, shout out to FPS Hub, Merc Tweaks over there. He's the one who started my stream, got it all set up and everything. Nothing against them, but they've grown, right? And he's got a bunch of clients, right? But this guy is just good. He's great with OBS. There's not a problem I've had with OBS, and you see me have some problems that he's not being able to fix. Remote in, he's competent, he knows what the fuck he's doing, and he's not expensive. So there's a link that I'll have in Discord. If anyone else has any issues, or you think about streaming, you think about can I switch to something or whatever, and you got any questions about that, like he is, it's good. He keeps on saving my bacon, and I imagine he'll keep saving it because what can go wrong does go wrong with me. I'm addicted to COD Trace, which is why I haven't played it as much, right? It's been a while. I may play some a little bit. Who knows? But yeah, it's hard to find something that matches COD. It's hard to find something that matches COD, right? Anyone that knows me knows that, like, as busy as I was, all this different stuff, right? I found the time to grind COD, got good at COD, really good at COD. Not the best, but really good. And I don't believe in all this clickbait stuff that I see. I will see you, Brendan. Thanks for stopping in. I don't believe in all this clickbait stuff that I see. But like I'm seeing random streamers now do interviews with cheaters. Now, whether they're doing it to expose things or they're doing it to get the views or whatever, and just the ease with which cheaters are able to operate, like, and the fact that it is an inside job, the fact that Microsoft, aka Activision, has no control over their interns and these devs that are selling secrets, right? It's just, yeah. And to me, I have a PlayStation, right? And so I see people like Joe O and stuff that are pulling out and Teep or TP. You say Teep or TP? In my mind, I read Teep, but is it TP? They're pulling out their PlayStation to be able to play rank and turn off crossplay. And I'm just like, well, let's be honest, right? I bought my PC for COD because I started out on PlayStation. So you spend all that damn money. And what troubles me, it's depressing to think that I'm cooked unless I go back to console. And either going back to console just to play rank does not appeal to me. Like, I did Eerie before. I have no desire to do it again because it's like it doesn't even carry the same weight. Being Eerie doesn't mean shit because you can just go buy an account. You can buy an Eerie account. So when I got shadow banned for the first time, so for those that don't know, I've had my account since, I don't know, 2019. And I don't have any hashtags on my account. Chris always wins. And so I thought I was immune. Like, even when I first started streaming and I had some traction, like there was a point where I was popping on TikTok, whether it was for people trolling or whatever it was, right? But like, I would literally play and there were times I know people were either being racist or just spamming me. And so I've been spam. When I was playing with Zathu, those of you that know Amir, who was a World Series of Warzone player, he's a Turkish streamer, good friend of mine, like still streams to this day. Really, really good. If you don't know what you're looking at, you probably think he was cheating, especially when he's playing mouse and key, but he's just that good at the game. Right? And so when I was playing with him in my grind to get better and we're just flying through the map, wiping teams, we got spam reported so many times. So I thought I was immune, not whitelisted, but I'm just like, my account's old. I'm not that great. I get 20 here and there, right? Been known to clutch up some things, whatever, but I'm not dropping like Nixter type numbers, right? And so I got shadow banned playing Plunder like a couple weeks ago. I'm still not so sure if it was like the fact that I got 20 kills in Plunder, which can happen with any game I load into Plunder, or I did have some hackers. And so I left Plunder after dropping back-to-back 25 kill games, went to Resurgence. Our team was clearly hacking, and I was talking smack because I was pissed. And I've seen these videos where they can get you banned. Maybe I thought that, that wouldn't happen to me, but whatever it is, it happened. And I seriously, because I wanted to play with Sour and Bree and them, I'm like, okay, well, do I need to buy an alt? I don't even know how to get a fucking alt. And when I went to look at alts, it's like a whole host. It's this whole world of accounts that you can buy. I could buy accounts with Eerie. I can buy like 4th prestige, 5th prestige. I can buy accounts that prioritize all the guns with all the camos. And these are accounts that are just vetted. And I'm just like, I don't know. And right as I was about to buy one, I guess I got unshadowed. But the whole thing just kind of left me disillusioned because I'm just like, well, fuck, like, how can anyone, I get it, because sometimes you need something to grind for playing this game. I'm just like, how can I ever look at Eerie the same? I can't look at Eerie the same. Got a PC. Oh, Treyas, you got one? It's tough, Treyas. As someone that People have seen my journey on PC. It's tough. It's a lot to figure out, especially when you're streaming. I would just say don't go it alone, man. If you really want to start streaming, Treyas, the same reasons that you use to justify getting a PC, justify getting some help. I can tell you right now, when it comes to setting up your stream, if you're gonna do, you can use Streamlabs or OBS. OBS is better. I think it's still king, and I feel like you got to have a doctorate degree. And I work in tech, and OBS baffles me, right? And so I would not go it alone. If you have extra money, I'm not talking like hundreds of dollars, but like you got extra money, you want to clearly if you want to stream, I don't know what your reasons are, but it sounds like it's an investment. Invest in getting some help, like someone that can set your stuff up. It will save you so much time. I'm not saying it's gonna make it to where it works all the time, because clearly my shit don't work all the time. Ain't no way. On my journey to YouTube partner and all this different stuff, whatever, like, had I not had like professional help, ain't no way. And I'm intelligent. I've done okay in life, right? Someone look at what I do in my career and be like, he's no dummy. And right, when it comes to streaming, I feel like a dummy. So that's my number one advice. Get help. Because then if you say you need a camera and you need a mic and all this different stuff, before you go out there, because you're still spending money. You're spending time. So if you're going to do all that, like at least make sure you're going down the right. Yeah, I would say OBS instead of TT Studio. What's TT Studios? TikTok's. You talking about TikTok? COD is a dreadfully inorganic experience. Yeah, Nick, I'm right there with you. The only reason I don't even like, if you look at my past few streams, like I haven't, like I've fallen off, like, which is fine. I want another game to play. GTA 6 is going to be good. There's a couple other adventure games that I think are going to be good. The Naughty Dog guys are working on a new game that's going to be good. I don't know what to play in the meantime that I enjoy this much. TikTok Live Studio is abysmal. I don't use TikTok Live Studio. I use a stream key. OBS. The ultimate goal should be OBS, and OBS is complex. OBS over everything else. OBS is still top of the pile. You can use Streamlabs, and there's Restream and all the stuff that you can do. But like, I'm telling you right now, Treyas, there's so many different ways you can stream. When Bree was if you see me play with Bree, right? When she was starting her stream. Like, I told him, like, just go get someone. I think people assumed that I was being insensitive, that I was just, oh, well, he's got money, he can just go. But no, I mean, like, because you can go on Fiverr, and there's people that, like, are pretty cheap. Like, I'm talking, like, $20-$30 that will spend 2 hours with you to, like, walk you through what you need and, like, what you should be doing and, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Optimizing everything. Because even the codecs that you use for the type of video that you want to put out, right? Are you talking 1440? Are you talking 1080? Like, there's so many things to think about, right? That I would have never known just getting out there and you can certainly watch a bunch of YouTube videos and figure out how to stream, right? But there's a lot of pain with that route, man. It's a lot of pain with that route. A lot of pain with that. But I don't know what else to play, y'all. I don't know what else to play. It really is, Treyas. Follow up on AI. Do I think AI in the context of emanating people will be discernible from reality in cyberspace instead in a year or so? The Uncanny Valley disappearing perhaps so soon. Yeah, we already have advancements. So if you're talking about imitating people, oh yeah, it's so in past streams I've said what worries me about society is that there's going to come a time where you can't tell what's real and what's not real. And so I think the mistake that people make with AI is that they think of Skynet, right? They think of drones like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator, right? That just they're thinking of like these robots that'll be walking amongst us. I forgot the name of the movie that Megan Fox was in. I'm like, no. That's not AI, right? That's the problem with it is that it can imitate people in terms of commenting on social media. You can imitate people in terms of like putting articles out there to where you think it's a verified source and it's not, right? You can do things with AI where you can take my likeness, right? And you can change up what I'm saying. I've seen some really good, not just deep fake, right? Just representations, right? And again, there's good applications for it, right? In terms of, let's just say someone, you give a speech and maybe you mess up and stuff like that. You can use it to kind of polish up your presentation and things of that nature. And then there's nefarious things that you can do. right? There are people right now that are taking language models, right, and that are taking these different agents, and they're downloading consciousness into it, right, and they're using it to, run their investment strategy, right, and they're using it for, the biggest extreme that I'll say, Nick, is that the biggest extreme that I'll say is that it used to be, if you're talking about meaning harm to a particular group of people or a particular building or particular, we know what these acts are called, right? You now have one-man armies. You can use it to do just about anything, and you don't need a team of people. You don't need certain cells, right? And so that's the nefarious use of it, right? Because it's learning and it's growing and it's building upon itself, right? So human imitation, right? When you think of imitation, right, think of like different tokens and different keys, right? In terms of the cyber world, being able to access people's accounts, access people's secure emails, access their bank accounts, right? It can imitate you in that way, right? So again, as the capabilities and what we're able to do with AI continues to grow, so does the threat landscape, right? It just does, right? And we're now, again, the amount of people that are using AI on their daily jobs, right? And they're telling it things, and they're putting in sensitive company information, and they're putting in decks and stuff like that. And it's learning right now, again, where the controversy comes with whether we're talking chat GPT or DeepSeek is like, okay, well, now we're giving access to that data, and now this foreign entity has access to it. But the people that are trashing China online, saying that, oh my gosh, you guys are just giving all your access to them. I'm like, your data has been hijacked, and the US has been using and harvesting your data, right? These companies like Meta have been using it. So I'm like, so now is the time to get indignant, right? And I'm not justifying said entity, China, doing any of this, right? But like, you've been giving your data away for a while now. Have I played Uncharted? Yes, I loved Uncharted. Any of the Naughty Dog games. Do I find one-man armies would be harder to track than a network? 100%. 100%. Like if you talk to any person in cybersecurity and you look at what they're monitoring, what they're looking at, it is difficult, right? And with quantum computing advancing how it's advancing, right? Let's just talk about a particular state of warfare like bioagents, right? Used to be, right? If you wanted to, let's be a little bit fantastical here, right? Let's just say you want to come up with and construct a bioagent that you released that was airborne that could take out an entire, I had to be careful how I say this, right? For the purposes of fiction, for the purpose of certain movies we've seen, you wanted to, carry out a chemical attack on something, right? Sometimes you see in these old movies, right? It's just like a strong organization, and you got financing, and you got people like, the bad guys are like, a cabal of like 10 to 12 people with a figurehead, and they're all trying to implement this crazy, insane plan. And I'm being fantastical on purpose, right? You eliminate the need for that. Like with some of the capabilities that this stuff can do is like, you can just do it on your own. You can teach, and you can, God, man, when you scrape the internet, the act of scraping the internet, it's become so easy to do that, right? And quantum computing has made it to where you can do it, just like that, right? NVIDIA is releasing some cool stuff, right? In terms of like, everyone's going to have access to virtually a supercomputer, right? And then you can tell that supercomputer to do some nefarious things, or it can teach you some nefarious things, right? And so that's where things are going to get really, really interesting. We'll see you, Atreus. Yeah, Uncharted. But to answer your last question, I did play Uncharted. Naughty Dog is a great game. Not great game. It's a great studio, and I can't wait to see what they're doing with this new project they released. You look at what there's a Netflix series called Arcane, what they were able to do with AI there. In terms of, which is why the movie industry isn't quite the same, right? You're not going to need actors really anymore, right? You can create these entities with AI and do some really cool things. You can even shape the story. You can build it all with AI. And it's not that inferior at all. Yeah. I do encourage people, right, though, like instead of being afraid of AI, just embrace it. Embrace it. Learn about it. Learn to use it, right? If you're in the workforce, right? If your job can be automated, like, I think that's therein lies the rub, right? Just learn to use it, learn to leverage it. because there'll be plenty of jobs that'll be made redundant. AI is not advanced enough to where it's going to eliminate the entire workforce. You just can't. Like there's people that work in technical sales, right? That people are just like, oh, well, it's going to be able to replace a salesperson. No, it's not. It's not. You always need EQ and human empathy, right? But it's those that are able to understand and harness AI and leverage it, I think, are going to be the ones that win, right? That understand where they fit in the grand scheme of things, right? Whether you agree with it or not, you should be learning about it, educating yourself about it, right? But there's a lot. I think the problem with it is there's just too many. There's a lot of certifications out there and a lot of different courses that just, I think people are scatterbrained. People don't know, right? There's even master's degrees in AI, which I don't know how you pull that off, right? Because every 2-3 weeks, we're just making these incredible advancements, right? And so there's plenty of open source material out there, right? To where you can literally teach yourself how to build a chat GPT bot or any bot, right? And teach yourself what NLP means, right? What an agent means, how to, infuse data into it, how to learn it. There's all these different tools that you can use to where it just for free, right? You don't have to pay all that money for it. So yeah, I would tell any person that has any interest in cybersecurity, right? Like cybersecurity people about to be like having such job security because they're giving it access to everything. Like huge. Why can't I bring up Discord? That's what I want to know. Like I can't bring up Discord on my PC. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone should be, whether you work in tech or not, Nick, everyone should be upskilling. Everyone should be upskilling. And the thing about it is I think AI gets a bad rap, but nothing stays the same. If you work in networking, right, you should be upskilling. Right, constantly getting new certifications, constantly keeping up with different advancements and different capabilities, right? Automation has been around since forever, right? So not everything that gets put under the umbrella of AI is truly like AI and the nefarious thing that we sense is just automating tasks, right? Automating things, making things easier. Best education continues to be getting your hands dirty, right? Figuring out, finding something that you want to do with AI that will make your life better, and then go figure out how to make that shit work, right? And then you kind of learn that way, learn by doing. I think some of the best people just love to get their hands dirty, and there's so many different resources. I think my TikTok just crashed. Oh, well. My TikTok just crashed, and I don't know why. All right. I guess we play a little bit of Warzone. I don't have anything else to play right now. A couple games that I was going to play, like Escape. There's a game called Escape Together that I think I wanted to try. Oh, my live got ended for violation. It said that in a global community, it is natural for people to have different opinions, but we seek to operate on a shared set of facts and reality. We do not allow inaccurate, misleading, or false content that may cause significant harm to individuals or society, regardless of intent. See, this is why I can't. What did I say on TikTok that was so... Oh my gosh, the TikTok algorithm is so... Like you can't even have... Well, there's that. All right, let me load up this game and play it for a little bit and see if it's... I didn't even get that controversial when TikTok just said I was spreading misinformation. There you go. There you go. What's the over under that I rage quit? Over under that I rage quit. Mm, 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 mm. Banned from TikTok for a week for misinformation. I think that might be enough to like for me to be done with TikTok, just in terms of streaming on it. Like I was very reserved. I can't even say like TikTok of all places. Like you know how much wild stuff I say on TikTok? Like people say. I don't even know what I said that was that controversial or that could be misconstrued as like spreading misinformation. I have an idea. Let's see if I can still shoot my gun. Such is life, Nick. That happens on TikTok a lot with me. Like if I'm talking about social issues or like AI or cybersecurity, it's just like, and it's hard to speak freely. Like even though I'm trying to refrain my speech, like and just not know what trigger word sets it off. Which is wild. Well, how about we do this? Maybe we try YouTube vertical, see if that works too. No, it's not letting me do it, so. I gotta double check to see what else is because there's no date on Grand Theft Auto, is there? That's like next year. I can't not. I know I saw some people were saying September, but I think that was fake. There's a game my wife wanted me to try called Blood Dawn, I think, that looked good, but like I don't think Blood of the Dawnwalker. I think that looked decent, but like that's not out until later this year. I mean, if I Google top upcoming games, Fortnite's at the top of the list. League of Legends, which I just have no interest in. League of Legends. Valorant, nope. World of Warcraft, nope. Dota, nope. The Simpsons Hit and Run? I don't even remember that game. Pokemon Go? Don't know the first thing about Pokemon. Maybe we find like an indie game or some game. It doesn't have to be on the top game list. There's gotta be something out there that's like interesting to hold my interest. I did do a stream where I played first person shooter games. No, I mean I played God of War, I played Last of Us. The problem with those games is that I would be perfectly fine, Nick. We're streaming those games. It's hard for me. Like I read a bunch, right? I'm a huge book nerd, right? My wife will go back and reread books. I don't reread books. And so playing a game through again just does not really appeal to me. Like Last of Us was a great ride. Drake Uncharted was a great ride. God of War was a great ride. I enjoyed it. Enough to like play it again? No, I don't think so. That's the problem. So no, not just first person shooter games. I think first person shooter games are the easier games to stream, especially for smaller streamers like myself. But like, I'll try anything.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. All stations green light. We're deploying to the war zone.
I don't even know if let me look at my guns. Oh, the game is on. Oh my God, this again. I'm not on the right FPS.
Three will get you a win.
Why is my game displaying at 60 FPS, y'all? Oh boy. Oh, it thinks it's got the wrong monitor. I gotta send Leo a message about that. But I can't type in Discord. Can't open Discord. Alright, we'll figure it out at some point.
Hostiles have established a SAM turret.
Phenomenal. Why am I only on 60 FPS?
Heads up. Enemy squad marks you as a bounty target. Enemy units online.
Choked him! Choked him!
ผมว่ามาสิ
I don't know how to get upstairs.
Choked him!
That's some bullshit.
Wow! I got him too!
Anyway. That guy has like a really annoying voice. Let me see if I can. I thought the game felt jittery. Even on Plunder, I hate this map. I shouldn't be sniping, but I don't have any other class set up. Barely won that. Oh, we got a hit. He's a running.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Enemies got a sentry online.
Oh my God.
Target destroyed. Deploying supply drop to your location.
Mm.
Lady days overhead.
Why can't I bring up Discord to send a screenshot and tell them what I'm seeing? Does the game look bad to y'all? It looks really choppy and bad to me. Like I can tell it's only 60 frames. Mm-mm.
Requesting return above.
Mm-mm. 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 Mm-mm.
Enemy advanced UAV is active.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta take a picture of this. Since I can't do a screenshot on Discord.
Tank turret online.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Hostiles have established a SAM turret. Your objective simple. Eliminate all bounty targets.
I wish there was just like a small version of Plunder where you could just go and just get into fights. Like, I just want to find people. This guy's at the corner of the map. Probably gonna get sniped out of this guy. Plates. Is this how it's gonna be? I'm gonna have to like go kill a person, drive to the other side of the map. Like at least it used to be when you played Plunder, like there was at least a hot area people kept landing in over and over. So where like you need to level up a gun and get kills and just didn't want to do a bunch of contracts, you can do that. But I don't think we got that anymore.
Enemy UAV overhead.
These guys are probably kitted out here. Watch, probably prox mines, a whole bunch of stuff.
Squad mate found intel on the location of the next gas spread.
Maybe he's on the roof.
The designated uplink station for decryption.
Nope, not on the roof. Where is he? This guy's dropping the fuck with me, yeah?
Hostile UAV in the area. They've got a stat turret online.
And we're off to drive and find someone else.
Enemy UAV overhead. Complete their objective.
So here's the problem. I'm going to have to play like either a big map, which I don't want to do because I hate this map, or play Resurgence and probably get hacked on and shit on.
All stations, enemy attack helo in the area. Target that bird and secure the cache.
Almost. We found some action. What's up, Pierre? How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Just getting my ass kicked in Warzone. I just feel like I owe people a stream. I haven't streamed in forever. I've been so focused on other stuff. Like, maybe we go live for a few hours. Old Town is a hotspot for gunfights? Maybe I'll check it out. Old Town.
Enemy advanced UAV overhead.
Yeah, settle down there, soldier. Oh, that's a player copper. Oh, it's not.
Enemy UAV is online. is active.
I can't jump.
Enemy SAM turret active.
Why do y'all play this like such whores? This is my first game on Pierre. Probably gonna be pretty broken. I'll probably go to Resurgence after this and probably rage quit. I just haven't been playing, so I'm trying to warm up and plunder, and it's not going that great.
Coming. Objective failed. We didn't secure it.
My frames are just terrible. I'm only getting 60 frames. It thinks the Elgato card. I don't remember what the fix for that was. It thinks my Elgato monitor, my Elgato capture card is the main monitor, and I don't remember what the fix for that is. All right, let's go to the Rebirth shit show. It's the same old, same old. What else are you playing, Pierre? What was the fix for this? What was the fix for this? I don't remember what the fix is. Same old, same old, same old, same old. I hate my stream cast earlier because I wanted to see what people thought about Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic trade. I don't know how to feel about that. Like that seems so. I don't get it. The flat circle is Call of Duty. Yep. I feel like at this point I'd rather even stream Mario Kart or Mario than this damn game. Ow. About Assassin's Creed, when's that new one come out? There's a game that my son told me about called Split something. It looked good too, but that's not out yet. Just in a holding pattern right now. I don't see how, Nick, people are streaming it every day. That's for sure. Main thing is I wanted to test the stream today because we had some issues with OBS. Haven't streamed in a minute. And I wanted to at least do a test stream, and I can't just, for the YouTube algorithm, I didn't want to go live for just an hour. I need to be alive for at least 2 to 3 hours. So we'll just suffer through it. We'll suffer through it. Oh, I forgot to switch up my I would say I don't know what guns are meta, but I'm pretty sure XM4 is still meta. Jackal's probably still jackling. I can't imagine they've done much weapon balancing. Yeah, Nick. I think that's the same with all of us. That's the same with all of us. Especially with season 2. I think it'd be tolerable for me. I could, like I said, I could never main it anymore if I could play with friends and stuff. But like, if I do play with Bree and all them, like it's either I have shitty ping or they have shitty ping. Yeah.
The war zone has been authorized.
Why can I not bring up Discord?
Resurgence. Stay alive to keep the squad in the fight.
This ought to go well.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy counter UAV inbound. Hostile UAV in.
Bumping in the hella walls.
Good work.
That gun's any good. Nope, I know that one's not any good.
You have reinforcements inbound.
Jesus Christ.
Your squad mate is redeployed. Well done. Enemy counter UAV inbound.
You on the roof?
Enemy UAV overhead. Enemies are dropping into the area.
Yeah, he's on the roof.
Welcome back before that.
There's 2 or 3 on the roof.
Go. यहाँ से मैं पूरा हूँ माता से वो देखो
باشه بکنه اولی انمی باشه طرف بالا ساما مجید تو میخوای برو من کاملت
آره تو شهر گوشت قربونی چیه
همه میام این همه این بالاست
همون ترکیه زیاده دیگه کم بزنم تنها کمپیش مردی میتونی
Can you fight 1-on-1?
آی پشتم
Dusty and rusty.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Oh, of course he went in the fucking water.
Reinforcements inbound. Loadout drop headed your way. Enemy UAV is online. Enemy UAV overhead.
Okay, crashing grenades. Oh, fucking tower. Not with that. Kim in this harbor.
Enemy UAV is online.
That's some shaky shooting.
Clear another target.
How is he able to? Jesus.
Enemy UAV overhead.
It's just a waste of time right now.
Squadmates are in the safe zone. Gas is moving. Hostile UAV in the area.
Hey, Bree. I'm so shitty right now, Bree. Aim's all over the place. Couldn't even move.
Enemy UAV is
What I think about designing the buildings? COD's never really been that good at designing the buildings, so the buildings are off. I think Rebirth has just been out for how long has it been out, Nick? Like, it's just like, ugh. I mean, I wouldn't even mind bad building design if you just give me something else that's not Area 99. Yeah. No place to land.
fire sale active. Fire station
They've been that way for a few years though. Like they don't really make sense. Like where they choose to put doors and stuff. Teammates are bots. Let's see if yeah, where they choose to put doors and like the stairs and all that stuff. Like I think when I was playing this game like that, you got used to it, right? Although Vondel didn't seem to me to be as bad, but even some stuff about Vondel didn't make sense. Right, you just kind of have to learn to get used to it, but it's just like it just goes into like I don't know how bad the thought process was when they kind of came out with this game and the design, how they put no thought into it whatsoever. Like having stairs that twist a certain way or rooms that just make no sense. You feel like that's kind of like easy, low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's some upstairs where they don't have it. You can't access the upstairs and all that different stuff. Or like no windows and like the pattern, like when you're kind of moving around between the buildings makes no sense. Like that part is really annoying. Let's see if I can get a solos game. Oh. The C9 feels clunky. Why do I have concussion grenades? I don't even know what to do. Not a big fan of the gas. Tracker. I mean, what perks are people even using? I don't even know. Tempered. I think Plunder was the last game I played. I used Reflex because everyone's running Proxmines in Plunder. Yeah, there was a time where I knew all of it. And I was decent with it, but who knows? Who knows? If you look at how long it's taken to find a game too, that's another reason why. Like, it pushed me to like play another game simply because there's not enough people playing. I don't think hardly anybody in Asia is playing COD. If you took away, like typically, unless I play quads, it has to put me in high ping because it's like people aren't crazy enough to subject themselves to COD here like that. This match will probably be a high ping one, like 96. I don't have one right now. Nick, that's the problem. I don't have a main game. COD was it for a while. Like it was COD, full stop, and then, you know,
Playtime's over.
when we got ready for the move, we weren't playing much of anything, right? But like
Soldier incoming.
all the games that would have been my retreat or my solace from COD, like God of War, all that stuff, I've already played, like God of War. I was late to the Last of Us train, but then I did it all. I did Red Dead Redemption. Like, I love those games. I just can't. Once you beat those games, it's like you can't really play them, or I can't. So I'm just literally waiting. I probably won't. I still won't start back streaming as much. I'll go live on the new channel with other stuff in the app and stuff, but I probably won't play as much until a game comes out that can like hold my interest. Get to this third floor or roof. Oh, Discord isn't working for you? I think it expired. You have to keep refreshing it. I'll get it in between games. Yeah, just riding it out enough. Yeah, I think I need to refresh it. It's been a while. Check after this game. Question is, who's he shooting at? Oh my God. Moving like a baby bird.
Enemy KIA.
Yeah, got landed back.
Losing ground. Moving.
Hostile eliminated.
Enemy dropping into the AR. 24 enemies active. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV is online. You've got a loadout drop inbound.
Still under me. There he is.
Flyover.
Updated intel on your target. Intercept and eliminate. Hostiles have established a SAM turret.
UAV standing by. Enemy KIA.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Need recon up.
One under me.
Enemy UAV is on. Enemy UAV overhead.
Holy bullet rag, Batman.
Enemy marked.
Got gas moving in. Enemies are dropping.
Hostile eliminated.
no longer tracking you. You lost them.
That guy was annoying. Like, really annoying. Here he is. Ow. How is that not enough? Can't even switch seats to do what I need to do.
Resurgence is about to end. Make it count.
Didn't even see him. I shouldn't have taken that way up. That's on me. Probably gonna get beamed by prison here. Yep. I'm cooked here. Cooked. Yeah.
Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal.
I shouldn't have taken that zip up. I should have known better. Should have known better. All right, we got what? We do a few more. We'll do a few more, and then it's probably another few weeks before we see Warzone from me again. Just can't let too much time go by without going live. Game just still doesn't feel good, you know? Does not feel good. Is the camera too dark? Is the lighting okay? I got a funny story for y'all. So, y'all know I appreciate, love my wife to death. Hold on. Love my wife, right? So sometimes she'll bring me snacks and stuff, or my daughter will bring me snacks on stream. Nothing wrong with that. That's cool. She brought me, right? Keep in mind, like, if I'm gonna eat on stream, like, it needs to be something I can eat with a fork, right? Because some people like wipe their hands on their pants. Like, I don't like getting any sort of like messiness and stickiness on my controls. They don't last that long enough as it is, right? She brought me fried chicken, some fried chicken wings from someplace, and watermelon. I don't think she meant to make this a clip. It's literally watermelon and chicken. I don't think she meant for that to be that funny, but like, really? Black History Month? That's what we're doing? She wants me to eat chicken and watermelon on stream. I just texted. I'm just like, you know, damn well, like if I'm going to eat something on stream, like it needs to be with the fork so I can put it down and eat. Like if I'm eating like rice or something like that, or something like veggies and rice, chicken and rice, veggies or something, I can just eat and just kind of keep going without worrying about like greasing up my controller. Oh my God. Oh. Never mind the stereotype. It's just like, that's like the worst thing to eat on stream. Like, why are you running? There's a debate on salt on watermelon. I don't mind it. I'd prefer it without the salt. My dad used to do that. He used to do it with salt. You won't be missing much. She's like, oh my God, I didn't think about that. Nah, I bet you didn't. I bet you didn't. It's the thought that counts, but goddamn, I'm gonna text my boys later. Like, really, bro? They're gonna get a kick out of it. Game screen should be back on now. One more hour of this mess. Anything but a sniper rifle. Now we're cooking. Don't know what that is. Grenade. Someone else here. Oh, and that's my decoy grenade. Rip. Good snipe. You softened me up with that first snipe. Awesome. It does, Nick. It does. Every now and then, though, like I said, I needed to stream something today. I didn't have that long because I can't have my channel going dormant that long. And let me see how it feels. And it just reminds me that, yeah, you should, I should still not be playing this game. Still a piece of garbage. This guy's chasing me. You guys can see both screens, right?
Dropping into the AO.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Someone from prison finished off my kill. Oh, that ain't happening. That ain't happening, bro, is it?
Target of opportunity acquired. Weapons free. Only 25 left. Keep up the good work.
Come on, peek that, peek that.
Enemies are dropping into the area.
One of these days I'll get up enough.
Enemy KIA.
Solid work evading the enemy. You're clear for now.
Can I get that loadout? While I'm being hunted?
Target down. Additional target added while time remains.
See, they're holding that shit, dude. This guy's gonna get in water tower. This is not ideal. This is probably stupid, but
Got gas moving in.
who was he just fighting though? I'm dead. Oh, just third party. Third party. And that guy's now got my specialist. That's
Be advised. An enemy
there's no place to regain.
fire sale active. Buy station fighting.
Maybe out here. This guy's doing the same. Oh boy, I'm fucked here. Dead here. Dead as hell.
Enemy UAV overhead. Get ready. Resurgence window is about to close.
Care package on standby.
Enemy UAV is online.
Don't know how I'm alive. See if we can hit this by. They're fighting. Oh boy. It's unlimited until the timer turns off, Nick. Once the resurgence timer is done, then you're done getting lives. Yep.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
I don't know. Thought I did a decent amount of damage there. He just landed.
Deactivated. This is the end game. We've got 10 squads active in the field. Enemy UAV overhead. Hostile UAV in the area. You've got a loadout drop inbound. Enemy UAV is online. Closing in. You've got time for another bounty. Get it done.
What's our move here for rotation?
Enemy UAV overhead.
Horrible, Sour. Horrible. Not good.
Enemy UAV is online. Enemy UAV overhead.
Not good, Sour.
Complete. All targets eliminated.
I should go use a buy. That's interesting.
Hostile UAV in the area.
That's great. Thank you, Omni Movement.
Gas is moving.
Yeah. That's how that happens.
Squad still
That's how that happens.
only
How are the games for y'all, Sour? I'm just over the game, man. Like I tried to I needed to stream to test some stuff out because I couldn't go live earlier. But yeah, so I figured I'd stream 3 hours just to kind of keep things up and just test out the stream and all that stuff. But like I can't say I enjoy this. The game is remotely enjoyable when you're playing with people that you can vibe with, but feels clunky. Frames are messed up. I think the map is god awful. I don't want to play Urzikstan. I don't want to play big map. Resurgence is just Resurgence. You know? Nah, I don't like Omni Movement. I think Omni movement is okay if it were actually Omni movement, if it worked how it was supposed to work. But yeah, I think I'm cooked on this game, Sour, if I'm being honest. I don't have the patience or the time to just put hours into it to get back to where I was. Or like if Omni movement was like what it was supposed to be, what it was meant to be, then sure, it'd be cool. But like I'm getting stuck on ledges, stuck on windows, dead slides. The hybrid slide option doesn't really work. You know, it's GG's. Like I thought maybe I can make Warzone last at least until another game comes out for a little bit, even not playing it as my main, but I just don't think I can play it anymore. I don't think I can play it anymore. I don't think they can revert back. Nick, I don't think they can revert back. The game, it's not that they won't revert back. It's almost like someone writing a code for an application or developing an application, right? Their own personal application. And then a year goes by and you ask them to redo it. Go back to the same application. They may not remember how to do it from like the top of their dome, but like somewhere, surely you have your work documented, right? Somewhere it's, as I understand it, they can't do that because they legit can't or don't know. Like they've had so many people involved with the game. There's so many different studios that have touched the game. I don't know if they can technically go back to whatever it was that was whenever Warzone was sweet, because they've done so much switching and so much integrating, pulling stuff out, adding stuff. Different engine, like I don't think they can catch it and do it again. I don't think these guys are so not bright. I don't think they're even bright enough to even. So, for instance, even if you couldn't get the old deployment back, right? Surely you could look at the game, right? Past iteration of the game and come up with a way to do something new that's just like the old game. I don't think they have the mental capability to do so. What are we at? Are we at the 3-hour mark yet? I wanted to get at least 3 hours in today. What are we at? How long have I been live? It just shows me 2 hours ago. I gotta get off this game. One-on-one ping. Ping's not going to be any good. My frames are 60. Ping's not going to be good simply because there's nobody in Asia playing this damn game, so they got to put me across. I don't know where I'm at right now. What server they put me on.
Yo, Stabby, you got a mic? Mic?
Yep.
Yeah. Yo, cool, bro, with the same skin.
Resurgence. Survive in your
Don't
All right. Oh, can I not talk? Oh, my IQ software isn't brought up.
loadout as well.
Come on, help me out here.
Oh, he's so low. He's so fucking low. 102 ping as well. He's low, he's one shot, he's one shot.
Can't get the fuck away. The thing about it is there has to be someone that comes along, Nick, that's I don't know if they'll ever give up the old. I don't know. I think almost too much damage has been done to the franchise. If they were to get rid of get rid of leadership and put it under whole new boutique ownership, and say one person or one company has, separate Warzone from multiplayer. Be like, we're gonna streamline this approach. We're gonna streamline the release of the game. Give one studio control, creative control, and everything, and say, hey, fix this game. Even still, it could be done. They're just too greedy to even do that.
Release. No. Then.
Hold on, y'all.
SB.
Squad mate is redeployed. Well done. Squad made it to the safe zone. You're losing ground. Moving.
I'm lagging like hell, bro. I'm 120 ping.
Same. Oh, we almost got loaded.
Yeah.
Enemy counter.
Don't go over there. Let's buy loaded first. We just need a couple more dollars. Why is he pushing that without loaded? Oh, we got loaded if you want to buy it here. Oh, he's already over there.
Maybe over there.
I don't know why.
Got 10 squads active in the field.
Oh, how's he see me?
Why are you over there, buddy?
Top 25. Well done.
Can I move? And he knows my exact location. That's fair.
These guys, bro. Why are we? I'm just gonna have to buy it myself, man.
You have reinforcements inbound.
Where's Lodi?
Friendly loadout drops on the way.
We don't have
Enemy
Lodi.
soldier incoming. Enemy UAV overhead.
You just buy load if these guys or just get a clue. These guys are fucking not it, bro. Not it.
I don't know if Lodi's clear.
You think, Sherlock?
No, it's not. How is he not dead?
Survive until your squad can redeploy.
We had the money too, and they just pushed instead.
Mate is redeployed. Well done.
My God.
Enemy UAV is online.
Just drop your money on the buy. I'll buy load out here.
Hmm.
Never mind, it's too late.
UAV in the area.
Oh, there's a kid on fire. Oh, there's a kid on fire.
Oh, was it only 12.5? I thought it was 15 this whole time, Richard. God damn it. I should have just bought it. I thought it was 15 this whole time. I thought I was in quads.
Big shit.
Thought I was in quads. Goes to show you how long I've...
4 seconds.
Oh, I have one more second.
This guy. Oh my God. Am I at 3 hours yet? I just need to hit 3. And then we can turn on this game for the foreseeable future. $12.5 in trio. I didn't know that. I did not know that. I did not know that. How close are we to 3 hours? Duos 10. Okay, solo 7.5. Okay, and then quads is 15. Rip. Oh, OBS will tell me. Yeah. 2.5 hours. So we got like 28 more minutes to go. "28 minutes. My heart goes out to people that make a living playing this game or that have like gone all in this game. Like if you stream it for like, you know, for fun, like great. If it's still fun to you. Right? I know for Bree it's still fun. I get it. But like people that like whose income is dependent upon this? Just holy crap. It is, Richard. It's painful with horrible teammates, but it's painful like even solos because it's like, I mean, I haven't played in a while, right? And so typically, if I get back up to speed, I'm sweaty enough to deal with like people that are just camping or even cheaters, right? But it's just like, yes. Ugh. It might be just as bad as Marvel Rivals. All right, this will be LG. Then we're close to 3. I think that'll be good enough. I don't know. I'm trying to think when the next time I'll stream. Got a busy week ahead. I just got to find a single player game that I haven't played before that I could just stream that way. I got to do some research, maybe. See what looks kind of fun.
You deploy to the war zone. Research
169 ping.
deploy fallen teammates.
169 ping. Jesus.
Wait for kids to die. Supply box UAV is inbound. Coordinate went AWOL. Timer reduced.
Like even if I wanted to play the game, if I wanted to play this dog shit game, like I can't get a game in Asia. Like even if you're playing on US servers, it's hard enough to get a good connection.
Enemy UAV over. Enemy UAV is online.
Well, I gotta see what that does.
Supply box is marked. Secure those locations. Keep your eyes eyes open for prize contracts. You're more bust for your bang.
I don't know what that guy's doing. W. Enough for a UAV. All right.
Requested recon flyover.
These guys are stacked up.
Stand down. Stay alive so you can redeploy.
I don't like that he had the presence of mind to get behind something. It means they're gonna stack me. Yep.
Priority tasking request received. UAV exiting AO.
You know, there's one on the roof already. No bueno, no bueno. On the rabbit got the gun. Should
Hunt them down.
and your dog shit teammates. They're 100% gonna stack up.
Incoming LDVR. Enemy soldier incoming. Solid work. Enemy squad Mark it down. Marking the rest of them. Got an extra valuable opportunity here. Don't miss your shot.
Wow, 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 wow. Nice of you hit some shots, Chris.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Under 70 ping, no bullet rig. No bullet rig. I was gonna try and go out like a G with that guy, but can't even do that. Come on, you can push me. Just toast here, y'all. Toast, 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 toast. I know, right? Oh my God. Like, I need to get one of these guys down without using 100 bullets. Like, granted, some of those are missed shots, but like, can do it.
Stand down.
They're just all three sitting on the loadout. All three sitting in the loadout. Yep, that'll do it. That'll do it.
Surgeon's window is ending. Watch your six.
Alright, they're gonna be camping the buy. I can take him with me. His friend's gonna push.
Enemy UAV overhead. Fire sales done. Prices are back to normal.
He's waiting on me. Yep. That guy's in there. Ah! They're wearing bricks in their shoes. It does sound like that. All right, folks. Thanks for the test stream. Done with Warzone for the foreseeable future. I think it would have to be an act of God. We'll maybe revisit the game if Verdance comes out, maybe not. In the meantime, if you want to see the content or just chatting, check out the new channel. We'll be just still documenting our vlog over here and everything. The game's just unplayable for me. I don't enjoy it. It's just not worth the time or effort. And so who knows, maybe sometime in the future we'll figure it out. But like, we'll wait on Grand Theft Auto or play some other games. Even some variety games at this point are better. Like, I'd rather find an emulator and do Super Mario than play this game. If I can't play it with friends that I like, because it's not good solo content, I don't think. And the streamers that I do see doing it, even when they do it solo and they do it for a long time, it just looks like they're forcing it. There's a few that we still really enjoy it, but that's it. Don't got much else. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for being patient. See you soon. Take care. We out.